Dynamite. I gotta say this. There are days when you're a podcaster who does live streams, things can go wrong. And here on camera, things can go wrong. I botched my ass off almost 4 times now trying to explain this show. It's obvious I'm better, but I'm botching. Not a little more than normal. But just so you guys would know, I'm saying this for anyone who wants to become a podcaster, who wants to do reviews of their own of Dynamite, Impact Wrestling, WWE, AEW. Just know, and this is somebody who's done this 11 years. I'm saying it for you guys just in case. You see, things like this happen. Camera can go dim. You can botch your ass off. Your audio can go out. Things can happen while you're trying to film. And you yourself can screw the hell up trying to even speak one word. And you botch your ass off. You get angry or you laugh your ass off. Take it with stride because it happens. It's going to happen. You're gonna mess up. So even if you get angry, you gotta go, let's try again. Relax. Or just take a minute. Which I actually had to after 3 tries. This is now the 4th try. I screwed up 3 times. I had to do a few things before, just walked off, did it, came back. And this, it just happens. Let's move on. Okay. I just want to say this briefly. The show was not 100% bad. But it is obvious due to the fact I think about 5 injuries. We got Brody King in the cast, arm. I believe Malachi Black is injured. Someone told me Malachi is injured. He's not gone from the company. He's just injured. You got right now Moxley who has concussion. And they did the segment with Adam Cole who's also injured. He's out. And last but not least, who else was injured? There was one more person that was injured. And who is it? I'm blanking right now. I can't remember who else is injured. Because there's one more injury. And I'm blanking right now. Anyway, I'll probably remember during this review. So, along with Jungle Boy, who is now suspended, and a CM Punk who's now been fired. They cannot book correctly. They're like this. Let's make it clear. If anybody says this is total trash, there's a reason. You got 5 people, I say it, that are injured. I'm forgetting somebody. And clearly, you lost CM Punk, and now you have Jungle Boy still suspended. It's just all over the place. So, most of this feels like it was just thrown out there because they didn't have a choice. International Championship. Jeff Jarrett versus Rey Fenix. This were the one I botched about twice. Trying to explain what the hell happened here. Because I was trying to be nice. I'm not against Jeff. I'm not against Rey. But you guys tell me, what the hell was that match? Look, Rey doing Hilo outside the ring. Nailing Duff, Sting, and Double J. Didn't get Karen, who, let's be clear, even though the Slick Daddy thinks she's a horse bitch of a wife, her titties still look good. During that match, it was like they were somewhat off. Jeff looked like he fell a couple of times, and then when you see Karen raking Rey's back, which is not surprising, he grabs around the damn neck, and I'm going like, damn. That's a rare thing to actually see. I could have understood him shoving her and hitting the floor, that she falls and hurt herself on the floor. That. But grabbing around the neck, I don't think everyone is going to appreciate that. And then a few minutes later, when Jeff managed to throw Rey out the ring, and Karen's coming over, you see Audrey Edwards jumping out of the ring and shoving Karen on her damn ass, which Rey should have done. And I'm going like, wouldn't that have been more effective to just shove her ass on the floor than actually put your hand around her neck? Now, I'm not saying that was a bad thing. There's some people wouldn't mind that. But there's going to be others that are going to say, well, that didn't look good for television. And that's how the match felt. It felt off. It really felt off. You got Rey doing a roll-up on Jeff Jarrett. Now, I'm not saying Jeff is one of the worst wrestlers he is. He's in his 50s. So he can't go like he used to, but he's not that bad. But what the hell was that? Now let's move on to the triple threat, which I messed up earlier. And this is also setting up for the International Championship at WrestleDream. We got Claudio, we got Brian Cage, and we got Nick Jackson. This was very surprising to see Nick in that match, but it's kind of understanding because right now Moxley can't wrestle. He's injured. He cannot wrestle. He's out because of concussion. So probably due to the fact that Moxley's not there, they had to set this match up because it cannot be a rematch at WrestleDream. It just can't be until he's recovered. But I'm going to tell you, seeing Claudio work with Brian Cage, sign me up. I want to see it again. Not because Brian and him had great chemistry, but Claudio knows how to deal with a bigger power wrestler himself, and he did a freaking Cesaro swing. Well, he did a freaking Superman swing. He did. He looked great. But I had this strange feeling when they announced during the match that wouldn't it be great to see Nick Jackson actually have a match with Rey Fenix. The 8th match, I believe the 8th match that was on Dynamite. The first 8th match was with them. When they first started with 8 matches, that's one of them. To rematch after now 5 years. They have not matched each other in 5 years. I had a feeling, I know where they're going. I can see it. It would be great for Claudio. Or even Brian Cage. Well, no, not Brian Cage. There's nothing with him. But Claudio, I can understand. He just lost the title from Eddie. But this, it's going to be Ray. And Ray won. No, not Ray. Nick. I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up with Ray and Nick due to the fact of that damn roll-up. It was a fucking roll-up. Let's move on. Now, let's go to... What can I say about this match? That's supposed to be for the tag titles. Well, sort of. From what I understand in WrestleDream, it's going to be a fatal 4-way, but I think they needed the final team to do it, if I'm understanding correctly. Because we had Matt here. We had also Austin. We had Orange Cassidy, had Penta. Now, supposedly that was supposed to be the tag team. That's supposed to go up after the FTR. I think. Or, if I understood correctly, one of the 4 teams that would be at WrestleDream. And I'm a little confused about that. Let me give you to like this. It was a good match. But, and I gotta say this. Throughout the night, I think it was during the 2nd match, the 3rd match, and the 4th match, we kept having audio glitches. Not counting when we had the in-ring segments. But there were audio glitches. Even camera glitch where the camera would just go out. I don't know what was going on. Now, either that's part of a story, or they were just having some technical difficulties, which is rare for AEW. Very rare. Unlike Impact Wrestling, who has it constantly, AEW does not usually have glitches that bad when they go, and then the camera went out. I think at least once or twice. So I noticed that during the match, and it's like, what the hell? Now, this match, the 4-way to getting the shot at the tag champs, if I understand correctly, because when they showed WrestleDream's graphic, they showed 4 teams. I'm confused because I believe that was supposed to add in the team. But when it comes into it, it was a good match. We got 5 Canadian destroyers. I believe 5. It was 5 destroyers or 4. I think it was 5. And the way they were going, I thought Penta may win. Because I didn't think Austin would win. I thought Penta. So, Penta did not win. Neither did Austin. It was Orange Cassidy because they want to do something with Orange and Hook at this point. Because Orange and Hook have been interacting with each other. So now Orange and Hook are in that match. I believe it's a fatal 4-way to see who will become the number one contender for going up against FTR. And they're going up against Aussie Open FTR at Wrestle Dream. So, here was a match that was interesting. We got Brody King at ringside, which I said he had a cast on his arm. So, he's hurt. And I don't know about Buddy Matthews. I don't know if he's injured or not. Is he? He might be the one I'm forgetting. Because right now I know Malachi Black is injured. But he's wearing a cast on his hand. And he's been taking it down. I never really noticed. Because I didn't really pay attention to Brody. I'm trying to focus on what the women are doing. But he's injured. And I'm going like, damn, how many injuries it got in AEW? But she went up against Willow, who's, her left eye had now been colored in for the mist. Kind of like what happened with Julia Hart. So that's what this story and the narrative is. Julia is darkness. She's evil. They said she's the most she's the most sinister of the House of Black. No. I'm sorry. She's done some great work, but she's not the most sinister person there. Malachi is. She is not. But since Malachi is not there, they gotta try and sell her. And that's what they did. But I gotta say this. There was a little more pep in a little bit of the step of a Willow Nightingale. She was a lot more vicious because of this thing on her eye that she got, now Kiera Hogan got, and I believe Sky Blue got as well. They all got misted in the face. No. Not all three of them, because I don't think Kiera Hogan didn't get missed, but Sky Blue did. In the end, she did win. And what she wanted finally happened. You got, due to the fact after she won the match, she put her in the stretch. And you see a little bit of Statlander coming down, running her ass off, trying to get to her, and she's nose to nose with Brody King. If she wasn't wearing those high heel boots, or shoes, I think she was wearing high heel shoes, not boots. No, was she wearing boots? Because they were chunky boots. They weren't like, not thin ones, they were chunk. But she was running her ass down to the ring. But seeing a Brody King staring down a Statlander is like this to this. And if she wasn't wearing those high heel boots, she'd be like this. That would show you how small she is. And she's trying to be like Cock Diesel in his face. If that had been Jordynne Grace, I'm gonna tell you right now. If Jordynne Grace had gone to AEW, not returned to Impact, if she had gone to AEW, if you saw a Jordynne Grace stare down a Brody King, I'm telling you right now, I could buy her staring down a Brody King because she's strong enough as a full known power lifter and has several titles under her name and a record holding. She could probably pick his ass up and slam it to oblivion. But with Statlander in those high heel shoes or boots, I think they were boots. No, don't buy it. But she tried, and I'll accept that. Next, let's get to the segments in the ring. Let's go to MJF and Cole. Let's make it clear. Cole is injured. When he was went to try and check out Max when he was having the match, he broke his ankle. Looks like it's broken. And he's out for a little while. But he said we're going to have to relinquish the title. Says nothing, we can't defend him. And it's MJF that made it very clear. No, my friend, no. And this is after. I got to do it first. I got it. Let's make this clear. I'm making it short. The vid pack of them on his dad's boat. Priceless. They caught themselves a Jay White. Not Jay White. A Paul White. I'm sorry. I'm getting Jay White and Paul White mixed up. Big Show. And I'll explain why. I mean, let's make this clear. Seeing that MJF was getting angry because Adam was not there for him because he was talking to Roderick on his phone. And he didn't come down there. And MJF was upset about that. And when you see them fishing, and MJF said he's going to go and get some beer for him, put on the diamond ring, and Cole saying, "You're not trying to knock my head off this boat, are you?" He says, "No, I wouldn't." He says, "Look, I love you, but please understand, you can have more than one friend." And MJF said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Look, I love you, but I love Roderick as well. He's a brother to me, just like you. Please understand. He says, you know what? Okay. If he's your boy, I understand. I respect that. And he also said that in the ring when Cole said, after Cole said we may have to relinquish, and MJF says, no, we're not relinquishing. When it comes down to the Righteous, who had another vid pack, which was actually pretty good, he said, 2-on-1 handicap match, I will get it done. When you come back, we will still be tag champs. I will do it alone until you come back. And that's when Roderick came out. And that's when Cole did not say anything, but it was MJ that said, look, you said it yourself. You're my brother for life. That's what he said to Adam Cole. And he made it very clear, you told me you can have more than one friend. And you love him as much as you love me. And because I love you, go be by your boy. Go on. I understand. I'm still here. When you come back from your injury, I will still be here. And I will still be your boy too. And, well, who was it? Tony Schiavone said, I cannot believe that he's done a 180. Which, that shows you how good MJF is as a professional wrestler. He can turn on a dime, which he did. And then he turned on a dime again once Adam Cole left with Roderick Strong and the OG and the Kingdom. You got Jay White coming into the ring and trying. Oh, guys, I've coughed because I haven't taken my allergy medicine because I still have congestion. And I'm laughing because MJF pooned Jay White on the mic. He pooned his ass on the mic. It was that good. It was. He pooned him. I'm not going to explain what I heard him say. I will say, seeing that he got to get people chanting tofu as of Jay White, and I got to explain. Making it clear, MJF said because everybody was comparing MJF to other people. But when it came to MJF being compared to Jay White, he says, no, MJF is not like Jay White. Jay White's not even close to MJF because he's nothing but tofu. And tofu, as he said, it is the most versatile food because you can pair it with something to make it taste like anything. But when it comes to Jay White, he's been paired with everything and he still tastes like nothing once you peel everything away that makes him taste like something. That's what he meant. And people were chanting for that. And Jay White tried to keep up with MJF. I'm sorry. I like Jay White, actually. I do. Jay White as a talker's like here. Here's baseline. Here's garbage. Here's baseline. He's like here. He's above average, easily. MJF's here. I'm sorry. Now, mind you, he did say some good stuff saying that MJF has lost his edge. MJF really has such a great bromance. He's wasting his mind and his ability to be able to be a great champion. And he's going to be a better champion when it comes to Wrestle Dream. Well, I think he said Wrestle Dream. I think he will be doing Wrestle Dream. I'm not sure. But he said, when I come for that title, you're going to be nothing. It was not bad. But you got MJF, who is the devil. Compared to a little minion, you got him. The big honcho compared to this. I'm sorry. And I'm not taking anything about Jay White. He's a great wrestler. I think actually in many cases he's better than MJF as a wrestler when it comes to pure grapple wrestling when he does it. But telling a story in the ring, MJF is a bit better, easily. Let's move on. We get the sit down with Christian and Darby Allin. It was a good talk. But I don't know. Since it's going to be in Seattle, they made it about the TNT title and Darby Allin getting a chance to get it at home. I don't know how far they're going to go with Nick Wayne because he made it very clear in that sit down that due to the fact Nick Wayne's interference, he lost his last shot. He told him he's telling him to stay home. I truly don't believe Nick Wayne's going to do that. I truly believe Nick Wayne will show up there and it will cost him again that opportunity. to get the TNT title. But the question is going to be, are they really going to go there? It looks like they might, but I don't know. Particularly that the storylines have been doing like this. Christian has been consistent as a heel who believes he was always champion, even though Luchasaurus was champion, now he is. But when it comes to Nick Wayne and the Darby Allin story, with Christian, will they pull the trigger at Wrestle Dream? Will Nick Wayne be there and cost him an opportunity again at TNT? And will Darby get angry? Or, better yet, will, like, let me give it like this, AR Fox, I do believe, will come out as well. And that will push Nick away from Darby, starting there, if they go there. Now, let's see, anything else? Well, Don Callis was good. Seeing he destroyed Ibushi at his dojo was good. And Sammy felt like an afterthought because it's still about Don and Kateska, and they just started with Sammy. It needs time. It was not bad. But the thing that got me, that I really did enjoy, was the last segment. Contract signing, Swerve, and, well, I'm going to make this clear. Was it long-winded, their talk? Yes, it was. It was long-winded. Did Swerve get to the point? Yes, he did. He got straight to the point. That was the part I did like a lot. When it came to Adam, I truly believe when it came that the first talk was enough. Or the second talk would have been enough. But doing both of them, he talked once and then he talked again. I felt it was superfluous. He only needed one talk, not two. I just don't believe that long-winded first time and then that long-winded second time need to be in the same segment. It could have been one or the other. But hearing him say, thank you because you lit a fire under me because of the cloud, I think the second talk was better than the first segment that Hangman Page did. But what got me, when it was all done, when Swerve got it pissed off, smacked him in the face, Adam walked away, pulled out a pen, supposedly, and then smacked that sucker. He stabbed him in the hand. That is something we don't see in TV often. Now, of course, he didn't hurt his hand, of course. But in WWE and Impact Wrestling, we don't get that. So I want to say that that one action was actually quite good. I did like it. Because that was something different. Because you see that Hangman Page is willing to do whatever it takes to keep his spot. And Swerve is willing to take it from him at any cost as well. So the show was not bad. And I know I'm skipping over Wheeler Yuta I'm making it very clear. I'm skipping Wheeler Yuta and I don't want to talk about... I'm torn. I can talk about Ricky Starks. I can talk about Wheeler Yuta in a match. But I feel I should leave it. Because I want to see how far it goes. So I'm going to leave it. But I want to say that this show was not bad. It still felt like this. Let's make it clear. There was stuff that was set up for Wrestle Dream. But it still feels like this. It's going all around the place. I'm just saying. And I hope you enjoyed this review. And if I seem a little off still, I'm sorry. Because I don't think about it that much now. I'm feeling better. But if I still seem a little distracted, it's still a little bit of anxiousness, even though I don't think about it. But I'm better now. I'm getting better. Peace.